At only 16 years old in this photo, Thorne Hilt was just a boy. He wanted to serve in the Navy alongside the men fighting for his country.
So I told my folks, I'm going too. But they wouldn't take me. So my dad found out that the Army Transportation Corps would take you at 16.
The Army Transportation Corps was tasked with transporting things like goods, munitions, and troops to aid in the war effort. Service members served alongside civilian merchants like Hilt's. Those civilian merchants are otherwise known as the Merchant Marine. Hilt served in the South Pacific.
It was a tanker, it was a supply ship. We carried munitions, fuel for the Navy fleet that operated out of the Aleutian Islands.
An estimated 250,000 men and women served in the Merchant Marine. Between 1939 and 1945, more than 9,500 merchant mariners lost their lives. According to the National World War II Museum, that's more than those killed than in any other military branch. Up till then, merchant mariners had served in every war America has fought in, although they've never been considered veterans, and World War II was no different.
That's something that upset quite a few people, there was no recognition of that. And as the Germans were sinking the ships, we lost those people.
In 1988, a new law said that those mariners that served in World War II would finally be eligible for benefits, more than 40 years after the war ended.
When you had a group meeting or something like that, and they asked all the veterans to stand up, we knew we were veterans. But prior to that, we couldn't say that.
Then in 2020, Congress awarded Hilt's and all those that served in World War II as merchant mariners the Congressional Gold Medal. What does that mean to you?
It made me a little humble.
Validation for his time served almost 80 years later. An award he holds, remembering those he knew that paid the ultimate price.
We had a great loss one time.
All right, so he received that award in 2020. It took a couple years for it to get to him because he said he had to prove that he actually served in the Merchant Marine. Of those 250,000 that did serve, there's believed to be less than 12,000 merchant mariners still alive. Hilt's would go on to serve again in the Korean War. Guys, we'll send it over to you.